Miss N.I.E. Today I'm going to be doing something slightly different. This is going to be my last daily devotional vlog. It would have actually been counted as number 8. However, I only gave you 7. 7 being my favorite number, and 7 having a meaning behind it. The meaning actually for me derives from the Bible, for one, in the book of Genesis, where it is Genesis chapter 2, and it says, "Thus the heaven and earth and all the hosts of them were finished. And on the 7th day God ended his work which he had done, and he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had done. Then God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, because in it he rested from all his work which God had created and made." Okay, well, I read that, number one, I am not claiming to be God, so set that for the record, but he is my creator, so I am a product of him, which means he lives within me. So all that I do is for him and because of him. Okay, so with that being said, I chose the number 7 because it represents completion, and in my spiritual growth, I find myself to see that number constantly, or anything that would add up to the number 7. But my point in saying is, I figured, well, I'll go ahead and just do 7 vlogs and leave the 8 as an actual bonus. And so I hope you guys like this vlog for today. We'll start off by reading from the T.D. Jakes, "Women Thou Art Loosed." And really quick, when I got this book, I was at the Women Thou Art Loosed, their conference, and it was for like 3 days, and that was my first time going to that. And when I tell you, it was the most remarkable experience that I've ever experienced. It was the weight that had been taken off me, the stories I heard. It was such a blessing. And I recall there was an incident that happened, and I knew that the minute that I went to the Women Thou Art Loose, it was just so, the word was so powerful. I knew that I was on the right path. It was like confirmation for me. Okay, and I'm very grateful for that. So if anything, I would really recommend those who and it doesn't matter what religion you are. You can be Catholic, Buddhist, Presbyterian, Muslim. It doesn't matter. His message is his message. You know, that's just my personal opinion. It is a very powerful meeting. So I strongly recommend it to those who seek and desire. But I want to start off by reading from his Bible. Secrets of a Woman in Leadership. Once again, I had asked God to give me the right words. I prayed, and I opened to this. I opened to just this. He leads my hands. You know, a lot of times you can kind of flip through the pages. You may not have to necessarily open it, but even if you have to just flip and just, you know, pull you out, it speaks to you. It is that real. Lord, it isn't easy to be in the spotlight. It isn't easy to be a lady in leadership. It's often lonely, often scary, often the last place I want to be. So many times I am tempted to give up. So many times I'm stuck with my nose to the grindstone and my back to the wall. This task is often so far beyond me that there is nothing I can do but throw myself at you. And yet there's a Deborah anointing upon me. You've called me to a place of responsibility, and I want to wield my authority with grace. You've given me a script that only I can act out. Make me strong. Oh Lord, give me the courage. Send wisdom and revelation in the Holy Ghost power. My heart is to lead with your heart. Lord, give me the love it takes to lead well. Excuse me. That right there was remarkable. That kind of leads me to my daily devotion. It's kind of like the introduction to my daily devotion. This is going to be for July 28th. I will gain more understanding when I realize loving an unloving way is not love at all. You can usually tell when someone is afraid of love. They simply will not let you into their heart. A person who is afraid of love will behave in the most inappropriate ways in an effort to turn you off. A person who is afraid of love will find all sorts of things wrong with you. They are wrong with who you are, and they will point these things out to you. They will also find all sorts of things wrong with you, which they will also point out. People who are afraid of love cannot give it, nor can they receive it. They will have so many barriers and defense that you will end up asking yourself, why am I trying to get through this stuff? For what? A person who is afraid of love may believe that they will not measure up to what you expect of them. Often it is because they have not lived up to what they expect of themselves. A person who is afraid of love will pull you in like a yo-yo. Today they want you, tomorrow they won't. The closer you get, the faster they run. The more you give, the more you want. You will never be able to prove yourself to a person who is afraid of love because they do not want to believe you. They find it hard to believe you, like this is impossible for someone to love me. How? When I don't even know how to love myself. When you find yourself trying your darndest to love a person who demonstrates that they are not willing to be loved, stop yourself. Stop trying to force them to accept what they obviously do not want or cannot handle. Stop making excuses for them. Stop accepting their excuses. It is very unloving to push someone beyond the point they are willing to go. Until today, you may not have understood that trying to love someone who does not want to be loved is an invasion, or that an invasion is not a loving act. Just for today, ask yourself if you are trying to force love on Just for today, ask yourself if you're trying to force love on someone. If the love you are offering another is not being welcomed or invited, back up. Today I am devoted to recognizing the differences between loving someone and invading their heart space. Really quick, let me go ahead and say, when you talk about this word love, okay, and then I just got done reading the Soul Secret, of a woman in leadership. Okay, I use that as an example because I feel that God has given me the opportunity to be able to be here to do His work, to give the message in whatever form. Okay, whether it be in pictures, whether it be with my mouthpiece, whether it be with my teachings, whether it be with my different languages, however, whatever, with my hands, whether it's interior designing someone's home and motivating and helping them with their self-esteem. My point in saying is, whatever it may be, He's giving me the ability to have these things, these blessings, right? But when I do these things, I don't do these things because I have to. I do these things because I love to. So me being a leader, I love my position that God has given me. But for so long, I didn't realize the work, the importance of what I had been blessed with. So it was tossed around so freely, literally. Okay? And then I began to sit, and things happened to me in my life. It was a repetitive cycle that I became tired of having, that I had to sit back, and as He began to take everything away from me, He began to wash me. He began to cleanse me. He began to open my eyes, and it is still a learning process. But He began to open my eyes to seeing how important I was. Once I began to love myself, then others, I started to attract people that loved me, that weren't after to use me or to try to modify my thinking into something negative, or, I wasn't around the negative type of people. Once I began to identify the love that I had within Him, for Him, then it became within me. Okay? It is that imperative that we begin to recognize how true we are. If you have to write it down on a piece of paper, I suggested to a girlfriend of mine today, my sister, Star Zarina, that I love with all my heart, and I'm so happy for her transformation. Okay, if you have to write it down on paper of the things that you're gradually changing, I don't care if you talk too much and then you go to an interview and you shut your mouth, you don't say nothing, or somebody say something to you that you used to be defensive about and now you don't say it. You write that down. Each thing that you're doing that you struggled with, you write that down. Each thing that you're trying to figure out what you're struggling with and why do you keep going through this and why do you keep dealing with that, you question the things you question, you write that down. All of these things is what I'm saying is that you write the negative down that may seem negative, or that was negative. This is going to be the very thing that motivates you into knowing that, well, if anybody tries to, if you're ever in a situation where you feel discouraged or what have you, or your spirit is down, or you look at that sheet of paper or you look at that post-it and say, well, you know what? At least I wasn't what I was yesterday. At least I wasn't what I used to be. It is a process. And the more and more you identify things that is wrong with you, and you listen to what others say, the ones who love you, they have your best interest, then your mask will begin to fall. Then you will have identified who you are and what your true purpose is, and you will be able to move forth at a peaceful state. So the questions that you have, you need answers. You need to let go. How are you going to pray for something, to let go of something, if you are not aware of what is going on? You ask yourself. You speak to him. He is the only person that you need to worry about. All of these men and material things is the illusion. They will all be taken. But you and your relationship with God is far more important than anything on this world. Get it together. Get yourselves together. It is time. It is time. It is time. Be patient. Be forgiving. Understanding. Love yourself. Love him, because he loved you. God is love. And I'm done. Be patient, positive, productive, and focused. Miss N.I.E, I thank you. You want to get in contact with me for any bookings, for any speakings, let me know. MissNIE.com. That's MISSNIE.com. My email address is MissNIE HDTV @gmail.com. Blessed.